So the same group of friends, we did a couple other small triathlons here and there, and they finally said, hey, I'm going to do the San Diego Marathon. And I still didn't like running, but I wasn't going to be the one guy that didn't do the marathon with them. And so I said, okay, I like challenges. I'll go for this. I will make myself do whatever it takes to get to this marathon. We get to the San Diego Marathon, and at about mile 19 or 20, I started to absolutely melt down. My feet started hurting with every step. I was getting blisters. My calves started cramping at about mile 21. By mile 23, my calves and my quads were cramping. By mile 24, I thought I need to stop and walk, but it actually hurt more to walk than it did to keep running. And I was running very liberally. I was running very slowly. Got to the end of the event. It hurt to stand up. It hurt to sit down. My insides hurt. My outsides hurt. Everything was miserable. And I told him, this is stupid. I'm never doing anything this ridiculous again. And you know where this goes. That's obviously that's not the end of the story. But after the race, I talked to my dad. And my dad has always been the biggest supporter of me and my sister. Everything that we did, he'd brag about the littlest stuff that we did. And he was the first person to call me to ask how the marathon went. And I told him I finished, but I was miserable, and he didn't care. All he heard was I finished. And he was so proud. You know, all he could talk about was how excited he was and what a great job I did. And the pride was just beaming through the phone. And it was hard not to feel a little bit of, to make some of that pain, that physical pain go away. And I remember him talking about his big goal, his big accomplishment from that standpoint was a 5K race, so 3 miles. And so he couldn't believe that I set the goal to do a 26-mile race and did it, and he was just on top of the world. And where the story changes is that's the last time I ever talked to my dad. He died 2 days later from a heart attack. And